Okay, today's arrangement, we're going to be making a triangle arrangement. And this is symmetrical, which means all the sides are equal. And I've taken the liberty to go ahead and get a few things started in advance. One, this is a third of a block of Oasis, and it's been trimmed and put in our bowl and taped. And I only used a half, leaving the center open. Now, for this one-sided triangle arrangement, we're going to be starting our greenery way back here, and I'm going to show you that. And then that way you can, I'm going to start greening it up to give you an idea of where we're going, just the basics. And then we'll stop the video so I can finish, and that'll save us some time. So anyway, we're going to start with the greenery, green up, and of course it's a triangle. And what we're going to do, I don't want to have it too tall because we don't really have that many flowers to work with. And this is Honey, and she is kind of a bipolar cat, and she's my escort right now. But I'm going to start with a tall piece here, and just like our bud vases, we did the back-to-back thing to make it stand up straight. I'm going to put one behind it, directly behind it, and that will make that first piece stand up straight. Now this is what we're doing, is we're setting the line for the triangle. And then the ones on the side, we don't need one quite that long, are going to come out, but they're going to, instead of being straight down, they're going to be slightly tilted up. And remember, you want to have that in at least 2 fingers deep. Excuse me. And what you do to one side, you do to the other, and that way everything will be balanced. That goes in opposite that. The next thing is I'm going to put a little piece up in the front, just so you know where we're going, like this. Whoops. Remember, if you take it out of the foam, you need to make sure you've got 2 fingers, and you recut the stem, and then you reinsert it, and that's going to just go right there. So we're going to stop the video for a second. I'm going to finish the greening up part, and then we'll add the flowers. Okay, now that we have a basic greening, you can see we've got the triangle. You have, it goes down like that. Everything needs to be inside that imaginary line. And what we're going to do is we're going to take and mirror those lines that I've already set using our line flowers. And I'm going to turn that around for just a second. Give that a cut. And this is going to go right in front of that first piece we put in. And then we're going to add to the sides, but we're going to have these put in at an angle, sloping downwards, not straight up and down. And I'll show you, turn this around so you guys can see it. I needed to do it this way, so I made sure I got it correctly in there. And also what you're seeing in the video right now is the back, which we will add more greenery to finish that off. And now you can see all our other flowers are going to fit inside this triangle. So I always start with my line flowers. Then we're going to go with these roses. They're so pretty. I'm going to add these next. And these are going to come down about 1/3. So you have a nice proportion. And let's see. Like that. I think I'm going to use this one on the side. I cut it kind of short. What you've done with your line flowers, you're going to mirror this also with your roses. So I'm going to put one just above the side. And this one's kind of tiny. This one's big. The larger the bloom, you want to have that down at the bottom. That adds weight. And don't forget to take your guard petals off the roses. Sometimes they look a little dried. And then when you're putting these second ones in there, these are coming up just a little bit at an angle. Make sure you have the foliage off. Okay, I think I'm going to use my clippers on this. And you can also go in between your greenery, so it looks like it's growing out of that greenery like that. Doesn't have to be exact. And then the one in the center is going to be just about 1/3 down. And I'm going to put him right in front of that larkspur. And the reason that we start at the back third and move forward is if you get too far in the front, it's going to tip over. So that's your basic 3. The next thing I'm going to do is the next largest one. We're going to use these daisies. I took off all the small stems so that I've got some larger, these full pieces will fill in. But then the little ones we can put down at the bottom or fill in and add as the transition flower between what we've already set up. Also, you want to make sure that that stem is clear, no bumps in it. And I'm going to position him so that there's a transition between the rows. Whoops, I ran into that delphinium. So remember, if you go into a different hole and recut that stem, what you do to one side, you do to the other. This one I'll make a little taller. And put that in the back. And then this last one, I'm going to go ahead and put him down at the base. Like so. So there you've got that. Okay, the next thing I'm going to add is I'm going to go ahead and I'll put these sprays in, and then we're going to add some filler, and then we'll be doing some finishing touches and finish up our arrangement. So spray roses, I'm going to use just a little one here. I'm going to use the whole bunches of them, but they're going to be off here. And remember, you want to make sure that you put those in the back, so you've got that. So I can do it that way. What you do to one side, you do to the other. And that gives you transition between your larkspur, daisy, and your roses. And I'm going to add a third one, but I'm going to turn this around so I can put it in the right spot. He needs to go right there. And then, with some of these extra daisies that I have, if I've got a spot like right here, you're going to come in and just add as you need it, you know, to make sure that there's no holes. And then also I'll add a few down here. And also remember, 3 types of greenery gives you a really interesting high value arrangement. But I am going to add this gorgeous, this is called Lepto, it's a fabulous filler. Just going to shave some of these off. It's kind of prickly. But I wanted a different kind of filler, and the stems on it are nice and skinny too, so you can kind of poke that. Accenting that line, he needs to get in a little bit deeper because you don't want anything outside that imaginary line that you've created. And do like this. Ooh, prickly, prickly. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to stop this video, and I'm going to kind of finish up and start working on the back. And then I will remind you that in the lessons folder, we will have all these recipes with the directions. Okay, so now we have our triangle arrangement. As you can see, we've got 3 kinds of greenery: lemon leaf tips, eucalyptus. You can see it's symmetrical. Everything is within an imaginary line. He could be probably a little deeper in there. There we go. And then also you want to make sure that your back has greenery in it. That would go up against a wall or a mirror and it would still look pretty. Triangle arrangements are pretty formal. They're more traditional. They can be used in churches, weddings, and everything. So, I hope you enjoyed learning how to make a triangle arrangement. Have a good day.